In the Wildstar announcement, things were described as getting real. And in the satirical, hilarious, and incredibly in-depth world of Nexus, Wildstar delivers. Let's start at the foundation of the MMO, the classes. Carbine and NCSoft have taken their time to redefine the archetypal MMO class system. Starting with the warrior, sure, he has heavy armor and focuses on melee combat, but the wrist-mounted hand cannon might mix things up a little. The warrior has an array of mobility-favoring abilities and wields a nuclear-powered sword. Now, the hand cannon grapples, morphs into a plasma saw to melt someone's face, fires stun projectiles, and can inflict ranged damage. Onto the medic, it's a fresh take on damage dealing and healing, as most of their abilities do so simultaneously, either through area of effect abilities or through probes which reinforce shields, heal and buff allies, all at the same time. They utilize medium armor, and believe it or not, most of their spells and abilities are close to mid-range. Now, the Spellslinger is a self-proclaimed interdimensional magical cowboy. Using portals to blink around the battlefield, the Spellslinger is by far the most unique class at this stage of the game. Using site-to-site teleports and even the ability to trade positions with an enemy, along with some of the scariest burst damage in the game, the Spellslinger is one slippery customer. Now, the Esper is the caster-esque class of Wildstar. It uses illusions to assist allies and inflict damage on enemies. These illusions can heal, increase damage, bolster defenses, or can be used offensively to blind, incapacitate, and deal some serious damage. Coupled with their side blades, which they can create multiple copies of, the Esper wears light armor and favors attacking from afar. The Engineer uses pet management to combat foes, using a diverse array of bots under their control. These companions can fill multiple roles, whether it be tanking, damage, or healing, and they can even deploy a bot committed entirely to crowd control. As an Engineer, you also have an option to fill a ranged tank role using heavy armor, experimental weapons, bots on bots on bots, and an exosuit customized for any role. Onto the Stalker is Wildstar's stealth class, capable of massive amounts of burst damage and specializing in a hit-and-run style of combat. Stalkers can also use their nanoskin to fill a tanking role and even have the ability to be geared entirely towards disruption. And whether you favor exploration, puzzle solving, straight up carnage, or building the literal infrastructure of Nexus itself, you can choose a path that allows you to play Wildstar the way you want. Now, the Explorer may lead you into a hidden cave system, the Scientist can unlock secret treasure caches through puzzle solving, the Soldier can hold the line against waves of ambushing enemies, and the Settler can construct defensive turrets and escape vehicles. Now, the beating heart of Wildstar is undoubtedly the Telegraph combat system, where nearly every ability, beneficial or otherwise, is displayed in an arc or an area of effect. It has a new facet to combat, implementing a cleave mechanic that also emphasizes movement and quick reflexes, which in turn puts a focus on skill shots and anticipation in combat. Now, if there's one thing Carbine and NCSoft have done right in the past, it's player versus player combat. The combination of the Telegraph system and the general innovations to the classes, chaos ensues pretty quickly. And in group battles, the most nimble player emerges victorious. Now, battlegrounds are still in the early stages, but the opportunity to compete in rated battlegrounds in either 10v10 or the 15 versus 15 brackets. In open play, the matchmaking is done by your gear level, but the actual rated matches as a team are all skill and team composition. Now, there's a capture the flag format, but instead of flags at either end, the flag is placed in the center of the map, and every fight turns into a large-scale battle. Not to mention the flag is persistent, which means after you've captured the flag, the enemy team can enter your base and then return it to theirs. World PvP is shaping up as more of a draw than initially expected, not just on PvP servers in general, but on PvE servers with the contested zones. Now, arenas are also in the mix in the format of 2v2, 3v3, and 5v5. The developers have innovated arenas. Instead of a straight kill and move on, each team will receive 3 respawns, leading to significantly longer matches. And there's already talk of Wildstar arenas being featured on the pro gaming circuit. Now on to war plots, the most interesting feature in Wildstar PvP. It's 40 versus 40 format. You construct a base, you choose your defensive emplacements and what type of reinforcements you want, with a twist. You can even capture a raid boss and then turn it around and unleash it on your enemies. As for PvE, you have your individual class story driving you forward. adventures, your pass system changing the dynamics of your leveling experience, and the Elder Game or Endgame. Dungeons and raids are also features, and in-depth raid testing has only recently begun. Now, the story of Wildstar is intriguing. Nexus is a planet that has mysteriously materialized and was discovered by an exile, one of the two factions you play as in Wildstar, and then there's the imposing Dominion, who have also discovered Nexus somehow, and a battle for the planet's ownership ensues. The twist, however, is that the planet is the former capital of the Elden, a highly advanced, ancient race who uplifted the Cassians to rule the galaxy by forming the Dominion before vanishing altogether. Now, the Exiles are the free spirits of the galaxy, not under the control of the Dominion. It's made up of the Granok, a rock-like militaristic people that kind of look like the Thing from the Fantastic Four, the Orin, who are basically galactic hippies built like cheerleaders with animal features, the humans, and then there are the Mordesh, who are shrouded more in mystery than anything else. Now, the Dominion is comprised of the Cassians, who are basically the humans of planet Cassis, the Draken, an animalistic warrior race that are the real muscle of the Dominion, the Makari, an AI civilization left behind by the Elden, and the hilariously psychotic rodents who are, ironically, the workhorse of the Dominion, the Chua. Now, you combine all of these features on paper, and it looks like you get one hell of a game. Now, it's still in the late stages of development and could go either way. Pushing the envelope is not exactly what NCSoft and Carbine have been known for, but they've really put all their eggs in one basket this time around. As it stands, Wildstar may be one of the most promising MMOs seen in a very long time. For Ignite Reviews, I'm Greg Rosser.